Well, welcome everyone. Today we are going to be talking about how to regrow your hair and get back control even if Propecia stopped working. And in the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn how you can regrow your hair without hair transplants, without PRP, without cell therapy, without hair lasers or any other gimmicks or devices. And if you wonder whatever this is legit, whatever this has worked before, I use the same method to achieve results like this. And here's my own hair regrow. You can see that I was able to recover from male pattern baldness with full set of hair. And here is one of my clients, client number 1. Here's the client number 2. And here's the client number 3. So who is this for? If you have been using Propecia and other treatments but can't seem to get constant growth, this is for you. If you have rebonded your hair on Propecia but then fell ups and downs continue, this is for you. If you're ready to do hair transplant but still have doubts, then you're in the right place. If you have been good responder to Propecia but the effectiveness has declined, then you're in the right seat. If you have regrown your hair on minoxidil but it started to shed out again, then this is for you. If you have tried different amounts of finasteride but it still isn't working for you, then this is for you as well. So if you're watching this, here is what I know about you. I know that you're somebody who would love to shave off 10 years from your age. Or maybe you're looking for the next level of success in your career or business but feels that receiving hair is stopping you. Or maybe you want to gain back the confidence you had when you had a full set of hair. Or maybe you just want to go to social events and be happy to see people turn their heads when you pass them. Or maybe you want to have become more attractive to your wife or your life partner. Or you are single right now and you want to settle down after long-standing divorce. Or you want to have more enjoyment and fulfillment in your life, and you kind of feel that full set of hair will do that for you. Or maybe you want to see pictures of you and not worry about how you appear because you know you're looking at your best. And here's what I typically see happening for the guys when it comes to hair loss and hair treatment. And it is kind of a roller coaster. It's like a stock market. There is a lot of ups and downs. There is a lot of emotions involved, there is a lot of stress, there is a lot of uncertainty, and all those things happen because let's take somebody who has a hair loss. Let's take you, if you have experienced a hair loss, you know what I'm talking about. And basically what happens is that one experiences hair loss and hair just keep falling out, right? It's progress over time, hair are thinning out over time, and one starts to kind of look for solutions. And then one comes across a drug like Propecia. Maybe starts to take it, and then it kind of helps. Things are improving, hair are growing back, hairs are stopping falling out and growing back, and it continues for 1 year, 2, 3 years. Everything is fine, and it's kind of one kind of feels that this is like a optimal, the best drug one has been taking because things are improving. And then suddenly something happens, and Propecia stops working, and boom! Suddenly hair shed again is happening. Like hair are falling out rapidly, the rapid hair fall. Every day one is shedding out hair, and up until like 2-3 years mark, Propecia has been doing wonders. Everything was good, hair were improving, life was awesome, but then boom, hair shedding out again, and one kind of panics and maybe looks into other alternatives like minoxidil or other solutions, and maybe tries it, and again hair are kind of improving, rebound from the lows, and things are getting better, but then again they shed out again. Those ups and downs continue for some time, right? For years. And then maybe one starts with other treatments like topical finasteride, microneedling, PRP, maybe do some diet changes, add some supplements, change lifestyle, and things are again improving, hair are growing a bit back again, but once again it kind of reaches the peak and hair start to fall out again, and minoxidil, Propecia, all this stuff doesn't work anymore, and hair just keeps falling out. Boom, it's hair shed, hair fall continues happening over and over. All those cycles happen over and over again, right? And it can go on for years. It can go on for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and one kind of what happens is like it's like a long-term downtrend. There are kind of always a bit hair regrow, but then it sheds out again, and over time one kind of gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So by now you may wonder who I am. Who is this guy called Alex? And I want to explain a bit about me and tell my story on all this stuff. Because I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a healthcare consultant, I'm not a doctor, I'm none of those things. Yet I was able to figure out what a lot of those very professionals haven't figured out. And I'm just a regular guy who figured out the solution to a massive problem, hair loss. And I want to talk about my background and what happened, how I was actually able to solve this problem for myself and a lot of other guys. And my story started with that I had a full set of hair. When I was 18, my hair was perfect. It was awesome. I was confident. I loved to style my hair. I could style it anywhere I wanted to. I usually liked to comb it backwards with the hair gels. It gave me that wet look. It was just perfect. And everything was awesome up until I was 18. And the hair loss kind of never struck my mind, because I was thinking that, the guys who start to lose hairs, they never think about that this kind of thing can happen before it actually strikes one and one starts to lose it. So I was happy guy at that time. And then one day something happened. I was taking a shower in the evening time, and as I was towel drying my hair, I noticed that my hair looked different. There was something strange to them. It was like I could see the bedroom lighting shining on my scalp, and I could see fewer hairs there. So it was a strange thing, and I was kind of brushing it off and thinking it must be lightning in the bathroom, as it was kind of more sharp than other places. So I just left it there, and it didn't do anything about it. And a few months went by, and I had a haircut. And what I noticed is that I could not spike my hair upwards because it looked just so thin. And at first I was kind of thinking that hairdresser had cut my hair too short or something. And then I started to get comments. I get comments from my mom that my hair looked thinner. And at that time I kind of get worried about it, because then I knew that other people could also see that I was losing my hair. But I still didn't do any other things. I just kept it as it was until I started to go to the school and did take my class picture. And in class picture, when I got it, I was shocked because my hair was looking so thin, and it just looked terrible. I didn't know what had happened over the summer months, and I was thinking, like, what the heck happened? Right? What's going on here? And I went home. What I did, first thing I did was basically restyle my hair, so I was able to kind of hide away my hair thinning, because my hair just looked so bad at that time. And as time went by, I was actually able to kind of mask it away for a few years. But then things got worse and worse as time went by. And here's some of my pictures from when I was 17 up to when I was 18 and a half, almost 19. And you can see how dramatically my hair loss was progressing. I got like full set of hair when I was 17, and then boom, when I was almost 19, I had like a hair thinning issue. And the next one is when I was 23, and the last one is when I was 24. And you can see that my hair dramatically changed over those few years. In just a short, less than 5 years, basically, I lost, I would say, like 60%. If not more, of my hair. So this was how bad it was. And yes, I considered shaving my hair off, but again, my hair was just too big part of my identity, so I just could not do it. I decided that I need to solve this issue, but I didn't want to shave it off. It was not an option for me at all. I decided to spend either time invested in this thing and find solution than to shave it off. It just could not happen. I could not have a life without hair. And I started to get a lot of comments about my hair from my coworkers, from fellow students, from friends, and so on. So it was a kind of painful as well at that time. Right? So it added some extra emotions in picture that were not necessary at this stage. And what happened is that from 2006 and 2008, I started to seriously do something about hair loss, because it just has progressed so much that I needed to do something. And at that time, I started researching Yahoo about different hair loss treatments, and I decided that since hair loss is a natural thing, so I decided to attack hair loss from natural treatments. So what I did is that I checked the different books, different magazines, different forums on Yahoo, how to actually stop my hair falling out. And what I did first was actually onion juice. I found some scientific articles about it, and there was done some studies just shows that onion juice could help with hair loss, or people who are experiencing patchy hair loss. So I was thinking, okay, this must be a solution. So I started to apply onion juice on my scalp. But what happened is that my hair not just got worse, but it also my scalp got painful and itchy, and it was very strange. My hair just kept falling out even more. So after 6 months of trying it, I decided that this was not for me. So I moved on next thing. Next thing for me was basically some things I found in pharmacy, some shampoos, some herb tablets and sprays and different other things, lotions, and I tried them as well. I gave a few months on trial, and it didn't do anything. My hair still kept falling out. Next on this list was different oils, and I tried castor oil, M oil, olive oil, rosemary oil, tea tree oil, and I tried combinations of them. I tried many different basically, and my hair and my scalp didn't get any better. Things were not improving at all, and I even got a quite oily scalp because of this as well. So it definitely didn't help in my situation. Next thing on the list was copper peptides. And copper peptides, there are some studies that shows that copper peptides helps to block DHT. So I was thinking, okay, this must be some kind of solution to my problem, because it did look quite promising. And I did try it again, but as with oils, it just made my scalp more oily and more itchy, and it did not work. So copper peptides, that time at least, it did not work for me. Next on the list was headstands and scalp massages and wood brush, and those things also have been studied, and there are some research behind it. So I decided that possibly this could be a solution for my problem. And even today I do scalp massages, but back then I did take it to extreme. I did headstands. I was overweighted, so it was quite difficult to do it, but I still was able to manage it. And I did scalp massage for 25-30 minutes a day. Same as wood brush. Of course, wood brush just pulled out a lot of hair on my scalp, but that's the other thing. But I felt like my scalp was kind of feeling better, right? That was kind of a small win. But again, I didn't see any results. So I just keep doing it because it was an easy way to kind of deal with it, but there was no improvements. So I moved on to the next thing. And it was hair lasers from HairMax. And this is a device that was kind of promoted a lot at that time, and I decided that this must be a solution for my hair loss. So this can get my hair back again. So I bought two different types of devices, because at first I bought HairMax, tried for 6 months, and I didn't see any results. My hair loss was still progressing, so I decided it must be that HairMax lasers are not strong enough. So I bought a laser helmet, and it also didn't help. It was basically a waste of my time, waste of my money, and none of those things, for me at least, it did not work. Next one on the list was diet and supplements, and they actually did help a bit, right? They did make a difference. I started to feel that my hair was falling less when I was taking some supplements, and also diet kind of helped to calm down my scalp issues. So I felt that they helped a bit, right? But it was again, it was nowhere near what I was actually expecting. My hair still were progressively worse day by day. They were falling out. So yes, there was some small wins, but it still was not enough to actually see the difference. So this is how my hair was looking into October 2008. You can see that the hair loss was still progressing even after all those treatments I had tried so far. And I tried a lot more as well, just don't remember anymore, but I basically tried any natural treatments that there is in playbook. But my hair just got progressively worse. And because of hair loss, I was also binge eating and overeating, and gained quite a lot of weight. It led to basically bad eating habits, because I felt that I was depressed about hair loss, and it kind of made me feel angry, anxious, depressed, stressed, all those things that hair loss leads to. And then finally I decided that enough is enough, and I got on Propecia from the prescription from the doctor. And I did start to take Propecia, and this pictures of me before I started. First one is 2007 and the last one is 2008, right before I started with Propecia. And here's what happened here. 3 months later I started to notice that there was improvements. And 6 months later, 12 months later, and here is 2 years later. You can see that my hair improved massively from where my hair was in the beginning of treatment to where it was 2 years later. It was awesome. And I could not be happier at that time. My hair just looking perfect compared to where it was 2 years before. but I also at the same time I kind of knew that the clock was always ticking behind my back. I knew that if Propecia one day stopped working, I would be in trouble, right? I knew that there was also always some kind of fear, right? I always was fearful that one day I would wake up and the Propecia would not work anymore. And one day it actually did happen. After I did take this picture, a few weeks later, I started to shed. I started to shed rapidly. And this, what happened after I started to shed, is that I found a lot of hair. I just could out, I could just take my hand throughout my hair, and this like amount would fall out in one pool, right? And I did send this picture to a dermatologist to explain what was happening and if he could find a solution to it. And in the next few months, my hair got worse and worse, and you can see that I was thinning out rapidly again. My hair loss was returning, and after all those years, these 2 years of happiness, my life again was cursed because of hair loss. And I basically was out of options. I did not know what to do. I had tried those natural treatments, they didn't work for me. And then I had tried Propecia, it also didn't work. In the meantime, I also tried minoxidil, by the way, but it also made things just more worse. So that was out of option, and I was quite desperate, right? I was looking for solutions. I checked different options, looked into different treatments, checked up things like hair transplants, I checked up PRPs, I checked up cell therapies, I even started to use concealers at some point, all those things. But it didn't appeal for me, right? Because hair transplants, the problem with hair transplants is that it is a medical procedure, right? It's a quite heavy operation, and it involves a lot of factors and risks, and there is scarring, there is one needs to wait around 12 months to actually see the results from it, and it's expensive as well, right? It costs like of it is like between $20,000 to $40,000 for one procedure, and often what happens is that it's not enough with the guys taking just one procedure. As you can see in this figure or chart, is that around more than 50% of the guys who take hair transplants, they are not happy with density after hair transplant because it's less than expected. So basically that means that they need to take more procedures to actually fill in the hair. Right? So it's not enough with just one procedure. Maybe the guys are not happy and then they take 2-3 procedures, and it just didn't appeal for me. Right? All the costs, all the expenditures, all the time wasted doing it, all this stuff, it just didn't appeal. So other thing is that if one does this procedure, one still needs to take finasteride, one still needs to apply minoxidil, right? Like 60% of the guys who take hair transplants, they still will need to take finasteride or Propecia to avoid from hair getting worse again. And same applies to minoxidil. So those things, I wanted to have a final solution. I didn't want to, basically I was already on Propecia, right? So, and I had tried minoxidil in the past and didn't work at that time. For me it just didn't appeal, right? Do this kind of procedure with a high risk procedure, hair transplant, and not be sure about results and still be taking Propecia rest of my life. So I just kind of moved on and checked other solutions. Next one on the list was PRP and cell therapies. I did look into them as well, but it's quite costly as well. It's like 500 for each time one is doing, and one needs to do it repeatedly and have a maintenance plan as well. So it didn't kind of appeal for me either. Right? I did look into it, but it didn't feel that it's something that I kind of wanted to involve in. And next on the list was hair concealers. Conceal my hair to make it appear fuller and so on. Right? And here is a picture of me in 2011 when I was trying one of them, and it basically made my hair look very fake. And it's possible that I did not know how to apply it. It is fully possible, but for me it just didn't work. I didn't feel confident when I was using them, and I was always afraid that people would notice that I was applying some kind of thing on my hair to make it more thick. So I decided that I need to find other solution to this problem. And I decided to take a scientific approach to this problem. Actually do research for myself to find out what was actually happening, why I actually was losing hair, question everything, test everything, and find out how to solve this issue, because I was spending so much time, energy, money, all this stuff on this problem, and it was still there. and I decided that enough is enough. So basically what happened in 2012, December 2012, is that I was able to stabilize my hair fall. And it was a big win, because finally my hair were not falling out anymore. I was able to stabilize it, and at that time I was happy, right? Because now I didn't have to concern about hair fall. My hair still looked quite terrible compared to where it was a few years ago, but I was happy that I was able to actually have some wins down the road. And you may wonder, how did I do it? I did it by looking into patterns and trends, to test out everything, to check out different combinations, to check sequences, how to apply things, what happens when I apply, how much hair I would lose, how much hair would shed when I was taking some kind of supplements. Basically everything that could affect my scalp environment, what would affect my daily hair shed. I was counting here on a daily basis from different treatments, how they would affect things, and so on. And here is basically some of the charts on the graphs I was using back in 2012, 2013 to actually be able to solve this issue. And you can see that I did quite a lot of research into it to actually be able to find what was going on and how to solve it. And it did work. I was able to slowly recover from it, and when I finally was able to do it, I was able also to get Regrow. And here is basically my chart regarding my hair loss from when Propecia stopped working for me. After 2 years mark, I had 2 years with a continuous hair fall. Then I was able to stabilize and get some Regrow, and I minimized my shed cycles and got some more Regrow, and minimized shed cycles again and got more Regrow. So by understanding what was happening, I was able to fully recover my hair. And I would say like this: knowledge and control is everything. And if you have the knowledge, you can control your hair and keep them long term, like I have been able to do it. So what did cause my hair loss? And this is an important one, because if you don't know what is causing your hair loss, you won't be able to solve it. And my hair loss was caused basically by DHT, it was caused by scalp inflammation, by stress, by diet, and by lifestyle. And those 5 factors lead that I was losing hair. And when I finally understood what was happening, I was able to solve it. And here is my pictures in timeline from when I started to kind of treat my hair loss up to today. And you can see in 2006, 2007, 2008 was like 3 years with worsening hair situation. It was not until 2009 that I was able actually to kind of reverse it and get improvements. And it was a lot of ups and downs in those years, and a lot of trials and errors, and it was a roller coaster for me. But I was able to find a solution, and in 2014 I was able to regrow it all back again. And you can see that I have been able to keep that regrow for 6 years. So this is a long-term solution, and my hair doesn't look like it's going to fall out anytime soon. And when I got back my hair, I also got fit, and I lost weight as well, because I was becoming more outgoing. I started to enjoy sports activities. Things just changed, right? Because hair was like a big blocker for me. It blocked my thinking. My mind was always occupied by hair loss, and I was also kind of self-sabotaging myself because of it. And when I finally was able to solve it, things changed. Then I was able to basically not just get back my hair, but also get back my life. And here's my life before, and here's how life is now. You can see that there is a huge difference compared to how things were back in the old days. And this is a question I get asked a lot. I get asked about can dead hair follicles actually grow back? This is a question a lot of guys ask me in my YouTube channel, and they wonder if it's possible to grow back dead hair follicles that has kind of been gone and areas have become bald. And I would say like this: it depends on how advanced is hair loss, how long it has been going on, and what is causing it, right? All those 3 factors play in if it's possible to get back hair follicles on bald areas. And like in my case, I was able to do it, right? But it depends. Like I said, if you are concerned, you can always talk with your dermatologist or me and check out what they think about your situation. Basically my question is like this: do you really want to waste 10 to 20 to 30 years of your life worrying about hair loss? wouldn't be much better to get help from someone who was able to reverse it and grow it all back again, right? So this is something you should think about, because hair loss is a mind prison, right? And if one starts to think about it, worry about it, it will always be on one's mind, and one basically needs to find a solution to it, because if one keeps kind of thinking about it, it just will make hair or life a lot more depressed. A lot of things will happen, so this issue needs to be solved. And if you want to solve it as fast as possible, you definitely should find somebody who have been able to do it for himself. And my journey with helping other guys, coaching them to solve their hair loss issue, started basically in 2016. In 2016 I published my I had an old blog back in 2009 when I first had results from Propecia, and I started to publish again in 2016 with my new results, and guys were shocked how I was able to regrow it all back again. And as I moved on, it led to that I started the YouTube channel, and I have, like you can see, it's been growing rapidly since then. And I've been able to help more and more guys over those years. And here are some of the guys who I've been helping regarding the hair loss situation. So basically the thing is that if you are serious about this issue, if you want to solve this issue right now, and you're watching it and it makes sense, and you see that other people have been able to benefit from working together with me, and you feel that this is something you want to be part of. So next month I'm setting aside time to speak with you one-to-one in private consultation, so we can really understand what is going on for you, why it's happening, why you are losing your hair, why you can't seem to get regrow you are hoping for, and what you can do to change it. Normally my schedule is very busy, right? But next week I want to set up some time to actually address this issue for you guys. I'm doing it only one condition, that you are serious about solving it, and it makes sense for you, and you have basically tried a lot of those things I have discussed here, and nothing has worked for you, and you feel kind of stuck, and you haven't been able to get regrow that you are hoping for, right? So if this is a situation for you, book the call below this video, and let's talk about your issue and check how I can help you. And I can be totally transparent, right? If we both agree, have a consultation, and it makes sense, and you want to join the program and work with me together in this journey, you can start as little as 1,000. And if you are hoping for to be this kind of free tips call, that this call isn't for you. This call is for the guys who are serious about investing in themselves and getting actually right help or a solution to this problem. And you need to understand that this also involves investment from your part, and it also involves investment in time as well. Yeah, so if you're ready to make change, book the call below this video. Let's talk about your hair loss problem.